I believe you have a policy, Madam Secretary, that you have to approve all contracts at your department over $100 million.
No, sir, I have a policy in place that I review contracts. My deputy chiefs have the ability to review anything under 5 million. Above that, I evaluate and look at.
All right, folks, buckle up. We've got a classic Washington, D.C. showdown on our hands. When politicians talk about saving taxpayer money, it usually means they've found a new way to spend it, on themselves. Today, we're diving into a grilling session that exposes the tangled web of government contracts, self-promotion, and that ever-elusive concept of accountability. Let's see if our tax dollars are really going to work, or just to boost someone's public profile.
Okay. And you do that, I understand, to try to curb waste and abuse of taxpayer money. Is that right?
Yes, sir. In fact, it's been extremely effective. We've saved the taxpayers over $13.2 billion just by evaluating contracts, negotiating lower ones, and canceling ones that aren't necessary to do our duties.
Wait, hold the phone. $13.2 billion saved? That's fantastic. I almost fell out of my chair. But here's the kicker. It always seems like these massive savings are immediately overshadowed by even more massive, questionable spending. It's like finding a $20 bill and then immediately setting a $100 bill on fire. Let's see how long this fiscal responsibility vibe lasts.
How do you square that concern for waste, which I share, with the fact that you have spent $220 million running television advertisements that feature you prominently?
Sir, the president tasked me with getting the message out to the country and to other countries where we were seeing the invasion come from, with putting commercials out that told them that if they were in this country illegally, that they needed to leave, or we would detain them and remove them, and they'd not get the chance to come back to America the right way. That has been extremely effective.
Ask you to run these advertisements, is that right?
We had that conversation, yes, before I was put in this position and sworn in and confirmed, and since then as well.
Okay. Did you bid out those service contracts?
Yes, they did. They went out to a competitive bid, and career officials at the department chose who would do those advertising commercials.
And the people that you ended up picking were people who had formerly done your political work back in South Dakota, is that right?
No, that's not correct, sir.
I think it is.
No, it's not, sir. The individuals who, I believe the careers who they chose were two different media firms. There's been conversation about their subcontractors, but we have no legal authority to look into subcontractors on work like that.
Ah, the classic subcontractor dodge. It's like saying, my hands are clean, but my shadow might be up to something shady. If you can't look into who's actually doing the work, how can you truly ensure accountability and prevent backroom deals? That's a loophole big enough to drive a fleet of taxpayer-funded ad vans through.
Okay. And you're saying that you're testifying that President Trump approved this ahead of time. Is that my understanding?
We had conversations about making sure that we were telling people.
No, ma'am. I'm asking you, sorry to interrupt, but the president approved ahead of time you spending $220 million running TV ads across the country in which you are featured prominently.
Yes, sir. We went through the legal processes, did it correctly.
Did the president know you were going to do
OMB.
this?
Yes.
He did.
Oh, the classic, the president made me do it. Defense. It's the political equivalent of, my dog ate my homework. Are we really supposed to believe that in the middle of everything else, President Trump was personally signing off on a $250 million ad campaign prominently featuring Kristi Noem? I mean, come on. That's a stretch wider than the Grand Canyon. It sounds more like someone saw an opportunity for some free self-promotion and then retroactively sought a blessing.
Yes.
Okay.
And one thing, Senator, I think would be helpful to know is how effective that communications has been. That
Well, they were
overwhelmingly
effective in your name recognition. I mean, I personally just, I mean, to me, it puts the president in a terribly awkward spot. And I'm not saying you're not telling the truth. It's just hard for me to believe, knowing the president, as I do, that you said, Mr. President, here's some ads I've cut, and I'm going to spend $220 million running them, that he would have agreed to that. I don't think Russ Vogt at OMB would have agreed to that. It's something we have to defend. I'm on the Appropriations Committee. My research shows that you did not bid them out, that you pick, in fact, one of the people you picked, the strategy group, Safe America Media was a company formed 11 days before you picked them, and that the strategy group got most of the money, and the head of that is married to your former spokesperson.
Bam! There it is. A company formed 11 days before getting picked, and the boss is married to her former spokesperson? That's not just a red flag. That's a whole parade of red flags. This isn't just about waste. It's about blatant cronyism, using taxpayer dollars to line the pockets of political allies. Unbelievable.
Look, we all have friends who are qualified. I'm not quibbling with that. It troubles me. A fifth to a quarter of $1 billion of taxpayer money when we're scratching for every penny and we're fighting over rescission packages. I just can't agree with Madam Secretary. Are you still running those ads?
No, Senator, I did not have anything to do with picking those contractors. No politicals at the Department of Homeland Security did.
I understand. Are you
Career
still running
officials
those
followed the
ads?
competitive bid process for
Are you
that.
still running
Everything
those ads?
I think the ads are due to end here in March, I think within a week or
So
two.
they
I'm
are
not sure of
still
the
running?
update.
Wow, what a mess. From questionable contracts to dodging accountability, this clip is a masterclass in how not to manage taxpayer money. It's a stark reminder that we need to keep our eyes on politicians, especially when they're talking about savings while simultaneously spending big on self-promotion. What do you think? Let us know in the comments below if you believe this spending was justified or if it's another example of government waste. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more unfiltered political commentary.